I was talking to a really close friend of mine, and she said something that really, when people just say things and it just sticks with you? And I was like, I have to make an off the cuff about this. And what she said is that she knows what it's like to go through a situation having love in her heart, and she knows what it's like to go through a situation having hatred in her heart. And that is really powerful to me. Because I think a lot of us, like everybody's gone through something difficult in life, right? So everybody's gone through something where they feel disappointment, where they feel anger, they might feel hate, they might feel rage. And hopefully everybody's also gone through things in life where they feel love and joy and happiness. So it's not about the feeling so much. It's about the recognition of how you feel in those opposing moments. That takes a level of self-awareness to say in the now, like you can say, I feel hatred in my heart right now, or I feel love in my heart right now, whether to a person, whether to a situation, whether even to yourself. And I think that's really real to confront those emotions within yourself. And I'm not saying one is good and one is bad, but just the awareness of what does that feel like? What does it feel like to have hatred in your heart towards someone? Like, what does it feel like in your body? I always talk about the mind-body connection. Where does it show up for you? Does your body tense up? Do you sweat? Does your heart beat faster? Do you get flushed? Does your body feel warm, right? Like, how does it feel? What does that hatred feel like? Does it show up on your face? Do you scowl? Do you cry? And on the other hand, what does that love look like? Do you smile? Do you blush? Do you feel warm? Do you feel tingly? Do you feel elated? Does your heart race? Like, what happens in these two situations? Because once you know that, if you ever find yourself slipping into anger or hate and you don't like that, the first way you'll notice is by how it feels. And then if you feel those feelings, you can make a shift and say, I'm going to choose to back up here and I'm going to choose to go the path of love instead. And it doesn't mean we're going to always get it right, right? And I hope that we give ourselves grace. But if we can choose love more than we choose hate, we win. Not just for the other person, but for ourselves. Because when we can still choose to love someone who's hurt us, when we can still choose to love someone who has not treated us well, when we can still choose to love someone who has betrayed us, who has violated us, who has scorned us, who has stolen from us, anything of that sort. If we can still choose to hold our head up high and extend love, not because the person deserves it, but because love is powerful for all humanity. And if we can stand in love, that's our power. That's our superpower. And nobody can take that away from you. So I would really encourage you, choose love over hate, but know what love feels like. Because when something feels good, you want to get back to it, right? You want to get back to that feeling. So think of the feeling, how your body feels when things feel good, and try to experience it a lot. And if you notice you haven't felt that way for a while, then ask yourself, what can I do to shift more towards more love in my life? How can I embrace more love in my life? How can I receive more love in my life? But how can I also give more love in my life? How can I situate myself in more loving situations and around more loving people? Until next time, continue to serve yourself, your loved ones, and your communities from a full cup.